Hey guys, it's Destiny back with another video, and you're watching the Desamania channel here on YouTube. I do everything wrestling related on here, so if you want to check out my channel, there's something for everybody on here. Whether you're an action figure collector, whether you review DVDs, or like DVD reviews, or you like me just reviewing pay-per-views and stuff like that, there's something for everybody, so if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new content. And hit that thumbs up button so that'll support the channel as well. Give it a comment and a share too if you're at it. While you're at it, feel free to. And today we're going to be talking about Triple H going into the WWE Hall of Fame, his solo induction, class of 2025. Sorry, I'm still getting over congestion from a couple weeks ago. So, there's that. Okay. So last Wednesday, it was announced at their one of their town hall meetings that Triple H will be headlining the 2025 class, a Hall of Fame class. So very deserved. He's very deserving of this induction, especially with everything he's done in and out of the ring. Like, just his in-ring career alone could be enough to get him in, even if he wasn't doing anything behind the scenes. But he's done an exceptional job of booking the product week to week. Yeah, sometimes he plays it safe. Is he perfect? No booker's perfect. But he's done a heck of a lot better than, other people have in that company. But I'm going to talk about his Hall of Fame career and what I remember about his career that I saw when I started watching wrestling. And he idolized Ric Flair, or he wanted to be like Ric Flair when he was a wrestler. I believe his first ring name was Terrorizing or Terrorizer. Terrorizing, or something like that. And then I think he switched to Paul Levesque, or Jean-Paul Levesque. So that's the closest he's ever came to using his real name in the ring. And he went to WWE and started going by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Of course, everybody knows what happened with the famous curtain call incident, but if you don't, I'll go ahead and explain it for the younger fans that might not know what it is. Some people might be watching as younger fans, or people that are just getting into it for the first time. They're going to be like, what the frick? What curtain call? Huh? What? Okay, so back in 1996, wrestling was kind of still in that era of you live your character. You do not show the fans yourself out in public or out on the street, stuff like that. Back in 1996, it was kind of getting out that wrestling was staged and stuff. The aspects of the storylines and stuff. I mean, the content, some of the moves are choreographed and stuff, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't hurt. I mean, that ring's not a freaking bouncy castle. I've actually been in it, so I've been in a wrestling ring a couple times at events and stuff. But what the curtain call was they were at Madison Square Garden, and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were leaving, and they were all him, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash, meaning Triple H, and Sean Waltman were all good friends. And Hall and Nash were leaving. So Sean and Triple H, they came out and they all did a group hug at Madison Square Garden. And this was after the cameras were still kind of going, but it wasn't like, I don't know, I guess I wanted to film some stuff. I don't know, sometimes the cameras go off even though the show goes off the air. But, I don't know, but yeah, they started hugging, and the fans were like, oh, well, what the frick am I watching? I thought these guys hated each other. Because at the time, I think it was Shawn and Razor Ramon who were baby faces, I believe. If I got that right. I haven't watched a lot from 1996. Like, I started watching around 2008. So, this was 12 years later. And then, so he had to take the punishment because Shawn couldn't because he was the champion and Vince didn't want to punish the champion. I don't know why you don't. See, I really don't think your top stars should be immune from this type of... See, what always bothered me was that Vince was like, oh, no one's bigger than the WWE. Okay, then why are you treating all your top stars like they're immune to this kind of crap? Yeah, I understand if you're with the top star, you have a little bit more stroke and you can tell Vince McMahon, no, I don't want to do this, or, that you don't want to put somebody over or whatever, which is kind of a little bit selfish in my opinion. But, he wasn't going to fire Triple H, or not Triple H, Shawn Michaels, because he was the champion. He couldn't fire Kevin Nash and Scott Hall because they were already leaving, so Triple H had to take the heat for it. And he was the younger, he was a young guy. He was young back then. And then, that's when I think he was supposed to win the King of the Ring that year. And Stone Cold ended up winning it instead, and we all know what happened after that. Austin 3:16 was born. And the greatest feud in wrestling history, I believe, between Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon. Say what you want about Vince, so that feud is one of the greatest of all time. I will say that. Both of them put in a lot of effort into that and did a great job with it. But Triple H, he'd win the Intercontinental title. And then, there was the formation of DX, and then winning the King of the Ring, also European Championship, which I think Shawn had at the time, and I think they were feuding over it. But they were both in DX, so they were kind of having this friendly feud over it, I think is what happened. I don't really know. I haven't seen much of the early Triple H stuff. I remember when he kind of broke out on his own. Like, that's the stuff I've kind of watched. I wasn't alive in 1998, 1999. I was born in 2000, so right at that period where he was really popular. He was really big. Really big time wrestler, and he had that awesome match with The Rock at SummerSlam 1998, which is on the Ladder Match TV, which I need to review at some point. I'll get that Ric Flair DVD review for you guys at some point. I've just been kind of dealing with the symptoms of getting ready to become a mother. So, there's that. I will get that for you done. I'll get that done for you guys. I haven't forgotten about it. I've just kind of haven't. Also, I need to make myself sit down and watch it too, because I haven't watched it all the way through. But, Triple H had that amazing run with DX. He took over DX when Shawn left. in 1998 because of the injury to his back. And, and then after the DX stuff died, they brought in Sean Waltman, and Chyna was there. I mean, Chyna was what really helped Triple H get on the map. Like, when she came in, Vince was kind of opposed to it at first. Like, I don't want you to have a woman as a bodyguard. And it's like, you don't understand how this would actually work. Like, she's perfect for this. And Chyna really made that Triple H character and helped it evolve into what it became, so that he was able to break out on his own. And I think, too, the DX stuff with Triple H in charge of the group, I think that lasted up until, I don't know, I want to say like mid-2000? Maybe? Am I right about that? I don't know, the mid-2000, I think, was when because Billy Gunn got hurt, Road Dogg, I don't know what happened to him. I think he kind of broke off. X-Pac was doing something. Triple H was the champ, I think. And then, that awesome feud that he had with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I remember one of the first clips I watched on my phone when I first got my own touchscreen phone back in 2016. I don't have it anymore, but one of the first clips I saw was the SmackDown after the Raw where Stone Cold chased Triple H through the arena into this room, and he had like a rattlesnake waiting there for him, and it bit Triple H in the face. I don't know how they got that to, I don't know, I guess they did effects makeup, but how do they make it look swollen like that? Or did, I don't know, I don't know, however they pulled it off, but he came out that next Thursday on SmackDown, and he was like, I'm done, this isn't what I've signed up for, and come to find out, it was a big ruse. He was going to give the belt to Stone Cold, and this was before their match at No Mercy, I believe. And Stone Cold's like, I don't want it that way, and Chyna's like, hope that makes you happy, Steve. And then, Triple H just proceeds to beat the crap out of him. And then there's that one time when he actually had a rattlesnake in a bag. I guess I don't know if it was a real one or CGI or whatever, but it sounded like a real one. He put this rattlesnake in his bag and just freaking beat it with a sledgehammer. And I'm like, whoa, what the frick? And I was like 16 when I watched that. And all I could think was, oh wow, Triple H was pretty freaking ruthless back then. And there's, stuff I watched on YouTube, from years earlier. And when I first saw him, it was 2009. I think he was about to feud with Randy Orton. I didn't see where he kicked Vince in the head or anything. I didn't see that until later. But I remember the thing where Triple H broke into Randy Orton's home with a sledgehammer, and they fought, and Triple H threw Randy through a plate glass window, and Randy called the cops and all that stuff. I remember that, and I'm like, wow, this is and this was during the PG era, too. This is 2 years after, or a little less than 2 years after the Benoit stuff went down, and they went PG in 2008, and I was just like, whoa, what the frick am I watching? There's that, and I remember maybe the last year or two of his in-ring career, I didn't get to watch Raw, like, on a weekly basis when I started watching wrestling. Like, I would get to sporadically watch it when Mom would let me stay up and watch it. And then I got older, and I was able to start watching it on a weekly basis. And I remember the thing with Sheamus. Feud with Sheamus that he had, and when Sheamus injured him at Extreme Rules or something after he got beat at WrestleMania, and that wrote him off TV so he could go film The Chaperone. And then when he came back, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. And that was pretty fun, you know. It's a pretty fun feud. And then his feud with The Undertaker when he was trying to break the streak for 2 WrestleManias, and, you know, I kind of remember the DX stuff a little bit when I would get to watch it sporadically. When I was first watching it, I kind of remember the DX feuding with Legacy. I remember that feud a little bit. And then I really remember his feud with Brock Lesnar when he came back and beat John Cena. Or he lost to John Cena, sorry. And like when he broke Triple H's arm, I was like, whoa, what the frick? I didn't, because I was so kind of in that mindset of, like, I know it's scripted and everything now and stuff, but I still was kind of in between that, oh, is this real, or he can't do that, or something like that. Like, he broke the boss's arm. That's all I could really think. Oh, God, he broke the boss's arm. And, you know, just because it's scripted, and I always tell people this, just because it's scripted, and we all know it is, doesn't mean that we can't enjoy this stuff. And, you know, doesn't mean we can't get invested in these characters. You know, we know this stuff isn't real. I mean, some of it is, but that's kind of what makes it even better sometimes. You know, as long as there's not any real heat and they're willing to work with each other, I think those are the best stories sometimes. Didn't like the way they handled the Hardy Boys situation when they had their feud in 2008, 2009, whenever it was, but we're not even going to talk about that right now. I'm talking about Triple H. I remember his feud with Brock, match at SummerSlam, and Brock leaving, and then I remember, let's see, what did he do after that? I think he kind of left for a while. And then he wouldn't come back on screen until the next year when The Shield came in. I remember this very well because Vince McMahon was going to fire Paul Heyman on TV. And Brock Lesnar came out and F5'd Vince, who had just had freaking hip replacement surgery. Dude, I don't know whether to admire that or be like, okay, you need to just get out of the business now before you get hurt, because that's just ridiculous. If you really cared about your company, you would put you're an old man now. Come on, man. I don't know, but I remember the next week, Paul Heyman and Vince were gonna get into a fight, and Triple H came out, and I remember that brawl very well. He beat the crap out of Brock, who was there. And this is when they were feuding for WrestleMania. And he bloodied Brock Lesnar, busted him wide open in the back of the head. And I remember Triple H cutting a promo backstage later and being like, okay, Brock, you just gonna are you gonna do something about it, or are you just gonna sit there and bleed? And I was like, wow, this is intense. I like this stuff. You know, that stuff is what I remember from Triple H's career. And then there's the whole Authority era, which I remember. There's so many fond memories of Triple H. I remember, you know, watching. I got this DVD. Someone who likes wrestling also gave me a bunch of DVDs one time, and the game, the Triple H DVD, was in it. And I watched the highlights from the match where he tore his quad with him and Steve Austin versus Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, which I wish that match was on a DVD in its entirety. It might be on the DVD, I haven't looked, but I watched that on Raw when I was like binge watching all the Raws and stuff, which I still do. Once they get them all back on Netflix, I hope they put more on there soon, because I want all the... I'm the person that, like, if there's not a complete season of a show or something, I won't watch it until it's up. Or if there's... Well, okay, there's a couple shows I do that with, but... I mean, I guess if there's this season missing, fine. Can't do anything about it until it comes up. But if there's incomplete years of stuff like there's right now on Netflix with Raw, and we'll hopefully be getting that soon, but I know I'm the kind of person that likes to watch stuff and complete it. With the exception of Shameless, but still. You know, I remember the Daniel Bryan feud and all that stuff, and it's just so many fond memories of Triple H's career that I remember. I remember watching WrestleMania 20 when he put over Chris Benoit. I didn't watch it as it happened, but I watched it on DVD because I had it. That was in that set of DVDs. I was really excited because I remember getting them, and WrestleMania 20 was in there, and I was like, wait, oh crap, is that the one where Benoit won the title? And they were like, yeah, and I wanted to go watch that, and I remember watching WrestleMania 19 at a cousin's house one time. We came back from a friend's house watching SmackDown, and we watched the VCR tape of WrestleMania 19, and it was Booker T and Triple H. I remember that, you know, and with Ric Flair and just all that stuff. There's so many things to name and stuff. You know, I remember when they were throwing the big celebration for Ric Flair's birthday, and Batista came out and he dragged Ric Flair out to the ring or whatever he did to him, and kick-started the feud for WrestleMania 35, and Triple H just being like, you beat up a 70-year-old man, blah, 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 and, like, just, I remember all that stuff very well. And then I remember when he freaking had that health scare back in 2021 or something like that, and then all the stuff about Vince came out, and before that, Vince had basically destroyed everything that Triple H created about the black and gold brand of NXT, days of NXT, but then all that stuff started coming out about Vince, and then, there's a plane going by or something, but, and then Triple H was named the head booker, and we were all like, frick, yeah, because we all knew what he did with the NXT black and gold stuff, and I watched clips of it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I was watching NXT around that time, because I wasn't, but I watched, you know, some of the Adam Cole clips and stuff on YouTube, and all that, and, you know, just so many good memories of Triple H, and he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame this year. As to who I think should induct him, probably either Stephanie McMahon or Shawn Michaels. Heck, I don't know, maybe they should all just do it, I don't know. And then, you know, I remember that too, the McMahon-Helmsley era. I remember watching that when I first got the network. I was like, oh cool, I can go back and watch all the old Raw and SmackDown episodes and stuff that I hadn't seen. And, you know, that was fun. And, okay, to be fair, I didn't really watch anything from... I started watching the Raw episodes around 1996, 97, that era, when I got the network. But, you know, I don't know, I might go back and watch all that Bret and Owen stuff, and I don't know. I watch it all, really. But my favorite eras are the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era. And I'm really starting to like this era, too, but, you know? Yeah, say what you want about Triple H's, you know, in-ring career, some of it, you know. There was some times where, he probably should have lost matches to people like Rob Van Dam, McCain, and Booker T. But, you know, all in all, he had a pretty good career. And, yeah, did marrying Stephanie McMahon kind of help that a little bit? Yeah, I'm sure it did, some. But he also was a very good wrestler without, you know, without, you know, even before that stuff. And I think, oh, there's another one he should have. I mean, he was feuding with Test in 1999 after Test and Stephanie's wedding and stuff. And it went down, and it was revealed that Triple H was the one that, in storyline, drugged Stephanie McMahon and married her in Vegas or something. And then I really think Test should have won the Royal Rumble or something, or got some kind of revenge on Triple H in a big pay-per-view. Test was another one that kind of, I guess, fell victim to Triple H's early shenanigans, I guess, should we say. But I think he's grown out of that. I really do. And he understands now about the good of the product and, letting the wrestlers stay home with their families more or spend time with their families more. And I think he gets that now. And that's why a lot of Raw and SmackDown is taped during the holidays and stuff. So, all that stuff's going on, and I don't know. Very great induction choice for the headline this year. He's going in by himself. I'm sure I'll probably go in with Evolution at some point. Rick, I would say Ric Flair induct him, but I don't know about Rick right now. I don't know what he's doing, but I like Ric Flair. I just wish he would straighten up a little bit and, get his stuff together. I don't know, but I'm glad Triple H is going in this year. I can't wait to watch that, and I just have so many personal fond memories of Triple H's career, and, maybe I'll do a top 10 Triple H matches list one day, but I haven't even touched on everything I remember about his career, or that I've watched, but, I think he's a great choice to go in, and I think either Shawn Michaels or Stephanie McMahon should induct him. Maybe even Ric Flair if they can get him in, but I don't know. I don't know about Rick right now, but oh no, I think Triple H is going to give a good speech. Nick Khan and Shawn Michaels and Undertaker and them surprised him with the announcement last week, and he acted like he was genuinely surprised, and he was like, I'm gonna kill Nick Khan, and it's like, dude, you deserve it, man. Like, I know Triple H isn't perfect, and I know he's probably not everybody's favorite person, but I think the majority of people now looking at it, yeah, he plays it safe sometimes, he does, but then most of the time he gives us pretty good shows, pretty good quality shows. And they're going to Paris again, or they're going to Paris, France this year. It's freaking the day after my birthday too, so that's gonna be fun if I'm able to watch it. I don't know, might be having a baby by then. That's another thing too. Probably through the month of September, possibly October, I won't be on here much. I might, depending on how I feel. I'm hoping I'm not too bad, but after baby comes, the schedule is going to be weird on this channel, so just bear with me on that. But that's what I have to say about Triple H's career. I enjoyed watching what I did of it. And I like going back and watching stuff that I missed of his career too. And I don't know where he is on my all-time favorite list. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but he's definitely one of the greatest of all time. And I think it's going to be a great speech this year from him. And I wonder who else they're going to go put in this year. what do you guys think of Triple H going into the Hall of Fame this year? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite review. Let me know your thoughts on Triple H's career, and share some of your favorite Triple H memories in the comments if you would like. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.